there's another person that I know who's also having physical contact with the other. So I don't know if this is part of waking us up. Is it like a reminder to wake us up? Like what? I don't know. But they're physically having intimacy with us. Like they're intimate with us. And it's full. It's not partial. It's not a wet dream. I thought it was at first. No, it's full. And the only way that I felt it was outside of the dome. That's when it started, but it hasn't stopped. Have you been experiencing that, Marilyn? I think maybe some of you are. And maybe because I didn't think it was, maybe at this time, it could be part of the waking up process. Have you ever watched Inception? I don't know if you get a chance to watch Inception. Is it Inception? No, is it Inception? Yeah, I think it's Inception. Watch how you wake up in layers, because you can't just wake up out of the simulation. There's layering effects, and you have to qualify to wake up out of the simulation. Maybe that's part of the process. Like we see sex as something different. Maybe we see something different. Maybe, am I a breeder? I don't know. I could be. It could be something different. Maybe it's a way of waking us up, like reminding us of something outside of here. I don't know. But it can't just be just that it's me. There's a couple people that it's happening to. So I have to think maybe this is a process. And it's not just a female. It's a male who's experiencing this. So it's not just like, I can understand I'm a female, so maybe I'm a breeder. But why is the male experiencing it? Could it be a breeder too? Maybe. But it's something happening. So I think at this time, because we're so close to reset, and we wake up out of the simulation, y'all, there's going to be a day where if you guys are in the same thing as I am, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to wake up in your pod. And it's going to, it'll be like Freaky Friday. You ever see Freaky Friday? Waking up in a different body. Okay. Some of you are going to wake up in your pod. And you need to be prepared for that. Because the time I woke up out of the pod, it was random. And I don't know why they woke me up, something I had to do. But this one day, and I know we leave, I know the part of this process, we leave before full reset. That's why I think they're doing so much in the simulation. And I don't think the simulation is meant to trap you here, but if you aren't qualified and you haven't graduated to an awareness and a qualification to wake up, it's just going to keep you stuck here until you qualify to wake up. So it's like you have to be in a certain kind of energetic mindset to wake up. Now the psychopaths and stuff that are here, I think they just messed up so much they don't want to wake up, and they found a way to geoengineer the world to make the landscape, their desires, everything they want. So all those psychopaths here, they're like parasites now. They want to stay down here. They're not trying to wake up. Okay. Or maybe they lost their bodies up because they did crazy things and they basically took their bodies off of the machine. Maybe they're stuck here like triple OGs, so maybe that's why they're here. So I think it's interesting that before reset, you're going to be as challenged as you possibly could be, because I think the only way that you'll be unhooked or wake up out of the simulation is you would have to be in a mindset that qualifies you. It's almost like a test of a captain, or, you're getting test on your qualifications to be someone in a certain, ranking. You know what I mean? So I just think it's very, very interesting that might be the case. So I think if you're still caught up, I think there's layers to this, and I think you eventually can come out of it, the simulation. But I think that simulation might be literally a program to develop one to higher states of capacity. Maybe you have to lead people. Maybe this is the training program we all come to be led. Maybe because I know I come here personally, and I know I come here and I help, and I know I'm coming here for specific people that got caught up a little bit in here. But I think that just could be part of the training process. Like someone gets caught up and they weren't supposed to be here that long, and I got to go get my team. But just, I just thought I'd share that. So anyway, y'all, I know I kept you a long time. Give me opinions. Let me know what you think. I'm open and receptive. I think a lot of people too would love to hear your opinions as well. to see if you're experiencing some of these things. What do you think about jumping domes and breaking the dome, kind of making it permeable? I'm accessing beings outside of here. So something I did, probably going through the multiple domes and triggering myself and rising up. I think that's what I'm meant to do. I've always said, now at this point, I understand or overstand that I'm kind of like a Moses figure. I don't think I'm maybe one. I may be one of many, but I'm like a Moses, like a female Moses. And you know how Moses cracked open the Red Sea? I think I just did it. I think I might have cracked open the domes. You know what I mean? I think that all energetically actually is true. I think it just, the story kind of develops in different ways. So I think me going and doing this and sharing this was me being a Moses figure, and those who are aligned with it and connected to that, it's me opening up that seal, that 7th seal. Because the 7th seal is how you get out of here. The 6 is the dome, and 7 is out. And it's interesting that Jewel Brookman talked about the 7 circuits of the brain. And I talk about 6 being the ceiling and 7 being outside of the dome. So it's interesting she said that. I thought that was so fascinating because I never connected the 7 circuits of the brain being forms of activation. Like she talked about the reptilian brain is the first one. Then you had the insectilian brain, which is the second. Then she talked about the avian brain being the third. You got to listen to it. Like 7 chakras. So it's all interconnected. And like, are you still in your base chakra? You know what I mean? You got to get through these layers of the 7 circuits or the 7 seals, right? Or with any sort of amphibian. I'm just not the broadcast for you today. Hello, Sister Sagitt. Oh, hey, Antonio. Melissa. Hola. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Charles. This is an emergency broadcast, and I don't know how long they'll let it stay up. So I figured I'd do it tonight. You guys summoned me. I mean, I've been getting so many emails telling me, where are you? Why aren't you coming on? We're scared. Don't be scared. I know, Jose. Check on it. So I'll wait until we get to 500. Okay. So as you see, I am not in your neck of the woods probably anymore. I've left the country again. I am in South America. That's why it's winter here, and I'm actually clothed. Normally I don't wear clothes, y'all. So while you guys are a little hot, I'm a little cold. You thought of me yesterday, Rosero? Oh, I miss you too, Bridget. You guys, I mean, I got a call yesterday asking where was I, why am I not coming on live, what's going on? And I didn't want to scare you, so I figured I had a little bit more time. Ribbit. John Quan is like, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. So like I said, look at this amazing backdrop. I'm never in a city. You like my outfit? It's kind of, my daughters don't. One of my daughters doesn't like this shirt. But this is age appropriate for me. Hey, AJ. Aw. Hey, Yatif. So wait until we get to 500. How's everybody doing? We're going to talk about the Zeros and their dastardly diabolical plot. I'm going to really make an emergency message for you guys. I know you've conjured me out of my solitude. Usually Zombies see me every week, but you guys have been requesting for me. So check on in. Yeah, you may need headphones. Remember, Jasmine, you know, sometimes Fleur, Brun, I always pay attention to the little people, but you know, sometimes I may slip. I am an amphibian. I really can't watch where I hop. So headphones would be safe if you have little people because I want to keep them safe, okay? I'm doing well, Kate. Quoi de neuf? Okay. Bonjour, bonjour. Ça va? Ça va très bien, everyone? How about that? Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Konnichiwa. Jambo. Okay. Can't help where you hop. Listen, I'm an amphibian. I can't be strung in. Hey, Renata, hello, my love. Renata's over in Brazil. She is over in Rio de Janeiro. It's not as cold here, though. Ça va, merci. Je suis tard. Okay, so I'll wait until we get to 500 and then I'll start. Once I start, you know, I go on a rampage. I don't have something to hold up my phone, so I hope you forgive me. My hair is not really messy. I just have my hat on because it is cold outside and we came from outside not too far long ago. So I got my feet kicked up. I got the city landscaping on the back that I actually love. And then we're gonna get into it. And this is a little bit of a very piloted conversation. So like I said, when our CSAR said, should she put headphones on? I always say, for the protection of your children, I am a frog, a trans frog. Sometimes I don't know what I'll talk about or do. I may ribbit every once in a while. That might be offensive to your family dynamics. If that is something you can't handle, then this may not be the podcast for you. And I have to hold up my phone because I don't have my, you know, my little gadget thing. You know, sometimes I'm really slow on the technology, so I'll wait until we get to 500. Thank those for conjuring me out of my dormant state. So for those who conjured me out, say thank you. Where you been? I've been fine. I've just been around, so I haven't, you know, but I am out of the country now. So I'm back in South America in the winter wonderland, and I'm in a new location that will only be disclosed to those who are on my Zoom. Because there's so many diabolical haters, especially those Deros. So, you know, I will be giving a log, a Frogger log. I'll be videotaping my journey in South America to several countries. And if you want to see, this is really a scouting trip to see best places for those of you who would like to leave the diabolical, because I'm going to put the forewarning out for you that your Willy Wonka system is gunning for you. And they're not only gunning for you, they are setting every last one of you up for either a concentration camp or for extermination. So we're going to get into it. This is not something for the, remember, you conjure me up. So I only come to you when I'm sweet and kind and funny and wonderful. But when you conjure me up and I got that fire in my belly, I'm going to give it to you. And I don't know that I can give you a chaser today. So if you don't mind, then by all means, once we get to 500, I will start. I hope everybody's well. And you know, I don't really hold my tongue. Maybe as a frog. Maybe that's like a quality of being an amphibian. I had to turn my internet back on to listen. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Thank you. Merci, Joseph. You feel sick when I listen. The dirty electricity is off the chain. I want to give a shout out to Renetta. I'm going to shout out to my homie over outside of Russia, next to Jordan. Hugo Victor. So I want to give a shout out to them. They getting it in, and they're really getting not even shadow banned, just banned. It's not even shadow banned is like being kind and sweet when your government is like, oh, we don't like what you're saying, but we don't want to be so overt. Being banned is like, motherfreaker, shut up. I'm sorry I'm talking like this. I burned my mouth eating something hot today, so I talk a little weird. So check on in. We're almost at 500 when I start off. Listen, so I hope everybody's well. I hope you're doing okay. I hope everyone is really, being able to deal with the craziness that's going on in the world, the constant chaos, the fake news. Or rather, it's not fake news. It's orchestrated news. It's socially engineering news. It's MK Ultra news. Okay, and I know that your pooping president has been pooping in people's faces. And let me say, I apologize. I apologize for all of the military. Unfortunately, that was a subject of a violation by your pseudo artificial pooping president. I'm so sorry. Listen, flatulation and all those other things. I mean, I just, I feel like if he's unable to control his derriere from the vril up his butt, then I really feel like we might have already lost. Let me behave myself. So check on in. Apparently, you had the new Cucarachi stand, but you still can't. Good, AJ. Listen, it's I can't say anything, but what I'll say is it is metallic. It isn't biological. It is AI metallic, nanoparticulates. That's what makes it a little different. You know what I mean? No medical, I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. Sometimes I'm a referee. Sometimes I can be a counselor. Sometimes it could be a little saucy too. Okay, we're almost at 500. Check on in. Oh, you appreciate me being a trans frog? I didn't think you guys would accept me for my new status. You know, sometimes I come on real froggy. So I thought I'd come on and just reveal myself immediately. So, you know, if you feel like you aren't able to accept my trans status, then, you know, I just give you the forewarning so you can step out of the room and just say, no, I can't deal with that today. Okay? Pooping puppet. I like that, Teresa. I think you're absolutely correct. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh, Rihanna, you know I heard about it. The ringworm of mass destruction. And remember what the real is, everyone. Can we wait until I get to 500? Because when I start, I'm going in. And then tonight on Zoom, you guys will get the location where I'm at. I know my Zombies. Some of them knew I was traveling. So again, if you guys want to join me, you got frogs. I love that. If you guys want to join me tonight on Zoom, you can. And I will be doing my travel blog for my scouting, for my Zombies and others who want to travel as moms. If you want to travel as moms with children, because I travel a little differently than most, you know, a lot of males who travel solo, it's a little different for them. But I'm a woman, and I'm a woman of color. Well, I'm a melanated frog, so I'm green. So, you know, I have issues anyway. And then also, usually I travel sometimes with pets. So if you, in fact, wanted to learn and see the different safe zones to go to some of the same locations or some different locations that normally you won't see other bloggers do from the perspective I give, by all means, you join me. And I will have the, you know, the different places and videos, vlogging of the different places I go in South America, the different countries, and that way you can get a better perspective. And those are for those who are thinking of traveling to South America. If you're not, it's not a big deal. But for those who are, especially mommies or women, women of color, women who are solo or single, this gives you a really different perspective. Because again, ribbit, 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 ribbit. Are we almost at 500? So you can go on through my Patreon if you want. That's only if you want. Don't join if you don't want to. That's only for those who want to come on either Zoom or the Patreon. You got to go through Patreon to be on it. But I'll be doing my traveling vlog there only because they've been harassing people who are showing, telling people. I think I'm one of the only people telling, oh, we're gone. We're at 500. Let's go. I'm one of the only people telling you to leave the United States. I told you already. Emergency. Emergency. Okay. Let's get it in. Peace to the east, west, north, south. This is Fleur Brun coming to you today with a new topic of discussion. So this is an emergency ribbit, froggy telecast, okay? And definitely this is something I don't think is friendly for children or people who are really paranoid already, or people who are just really just get sketchy when they hear information that might trigger them to be afraid. Okay, this is only for those who want to be purple pill. This is a purple pill television. Ribbit. This is only for those who don't mind being purple pilled. I always give you the preamps because some people say I fear bait you. So if you're fearful already, this definitely shouldn't be something you listen to. So I give you the forewarning. You come in here of your own accord. Okay, let's get it in. So as many of you know, the world is collapsing. The world that you knew previously. Your Willy Wonka systems are literally destroying everything that you knew and felt safe. A lot of your foods are contaminated with all kinds of different things that they've been adding. And I don't say it's just now. They've been doing this over the last few years. And unfortunately, your Willy Wonka governmental systems are setting up the populace for demolition. The United States is done. The United States is done, y'all. Again, this broadcast was, you should thank some of your other YouTube people that came in here, subscribers that conjured me out of the blue, because normally I do Zoom tonight and I still will do Zoom, but they wanted me to come out and talk about what's going on. And again, I don't feel it's right to know certain things and not really give you information. I go on other people's channels a lot of times now, because as you see, YouTube really loves me. And they've been giving me such a wonderful time lately. So I've just kind of like recoiled a little bit, but I'm out, I'm back. You're going to get purple pills, so let's get it in. So right now, we are close to the election time. As you saw, they have 34 charges against the orange president, while the other one's pooping on his own constituents. Okay, so you got one, you know how they said the orange is the new black? Or the new black is orange. Whoops, I think it's one and the same. But as you see, many of the things that you normally used to take for granted are now changing. And also, normally during a political year, you see a lot of campaigning, you get a lot of phone calls, but if you notice, none of that is happening right now. Right now, you're noticing that there hasn't been any of the regular, you know, the normal broadcasting or campaigning or anything that you normally see. You aren't seeing that on any of your news sources or so on. You just hear people bashing everyone, Biden this, Trump this, and so on. It's a lot of propaganda, and it's meant to really confuse you and also to force you in one direction or another. As you know, we have so many other choices when it comes to voting, and you know, voting is really not what you think it is. I personally know it is a selection. They always know who they're putting into power, in position. They play like, you know, paddle board with you, ping pong board. They basically ping you back and forth, putting you in one direction or another, pitting you with localized fear tactics, demonization of one side as opposed to the other. Remember, y'all, if you've been with me for the longest time, you know that the right is the left and the left is the right. There isn't any differential other than what they portray to you as a different system. Republican is the same as Democrat. The difference is that they're swinging it so far to one side, like a pendulum, and you know what happens when you swing to one side too hard? You're going to get a fast swing to the other side. You know that each side is the same. Their children all sleep with each other. They all hang out in the Swiss Alps. There is no country that is under independence, or if it is,